Reddit users ask, what's the worst part about being an introvert? Wanting to have more friends but not wanting to make more friends, if that makes any sense. Continuously feeling guilty for not spending as much time with loved ones as I should, and constantly shooting down invites even though I do really like the person. My social battery is just cooked. Feeling exhausted even after great talk with a friend. When people talk about it like it's something bad. For some reason, some people say that being an extrovert is normal, and being an introvert is almost like a slight mental disability. You never really talk to people that much, so you spend most of your time thinking. Then the thoughts slowly start to spiral down into philosophy and depressed thoughts. At least that's what I feel is the worst part. It's hard making friends on your own. You need someone to adopt you. Noisy hyperactive people shouting around me and keep asking me, what's wrong? Missing out on all those advantages, opportunities that come from networking. Just imagine you are in a restaurant waiting for your food and someone comes and starts talking to you about your day. It feels so awkward and you want to end it as soon as possible. If you are like me, it's not being able to initiate conversation as easily, especially with people you don't know as well. It's weird because for whatever reason my brain is like, well, we don't know what they think of us, so I don't know where I stand with them. Thank you all the extroverts that say hi to everyone you know the name of. I feel like some of the comments are confusing introversion and social anxiety, which are commonly suffered together, even in my case. But not always. People don't consider chilling out at home relaxing to be having plans, so when they hear that that's what you're doing they expect you to be free to see them. Extra annoying when it's family, but you just want time and space with your own little nuclear family. The CEO of my company wrote me a Christmas card and wrote, "You seem very quiet. Merry Christmas and all the best for the new year." I performed the role of two people after layoffs and that was all the thanks and recognition for my work. Having to say no to a plan you love because your social battery is empty. I want to be around social people without being expected to interact, but my friend group dissolved so long ago I don't know how to join a new one. People misunderstanding it. It is not just introvert equals shy, though many are. It's that for an introvert handling human interaction is exhausting, and by the end of a full day at school, work, we simply cannot handle people. You want to be around people but you're so socially exhausted you can't take it, so need to be alone. Also social battery dying out of nowhere and dying to go home. Sooner or later you will have to communicate with other people to solve important issues, and the less you communicate with them, the worse the result will be. Working in the corporate world, all the mostly bullshit socializing you have to do just to get things done is tiring. People keep thinking they're doing me a favor by pressuring me to go out. Friends just assume you don't want to hang out with them and make plans without you. Social gatherings with a room full of extroverts. Meeting new people and making a doctor's appointment. I have autism and being social is already hard, but the worst things about being an introvert are not being able to have a normal conversation without it being awkward, or when you want to ask for something but you're worried about what he or she will say in response. You're just this one bottle in the ocean, you're all different and alone, and when that one other bottle comes you stick with them for life, no excuses, because God forbid you find someone else like that. Extroverts. They just don't get it and insist that if you go out and be social you will learn to enjoy it. That's not how introverts work. I use self-serve at every shop I can just so nobody asks me how my day has been. No amount of social contact will change that. Knowing I'll probably die alone and won't be missed, but not wanting to do anything to avoid that. I feel really bad when my friends, family try to see me spontaneously and I have to make up an excuse as to why I can't, because I haven't had several days to mentally prepare for social interaction. I haven't left the house for anything but groceries and to-go orders for 5 years. Actually wanting to have friends, but clueless as how to get them. People think there's something wrong with you. In my case, I know there is, but it's not fair for the well-adjusted people. As an introvert, you can be your own worst enemy. Annoying people constantly bragging about being an introvert. People make fun of you for not talking. Pointing it out won't make me talk more. Getting irritated with people quickly. I personally might have BPD or some other disorder that causes frequent mood swings, but being in public and interacting with people for 30 minutes makes me go from nice and LT, chill and LT, tired and LT, irritated and snappish. I know people often mean well when they interact with me, especially friends, but some people seemingly refuse to take the hint that I'm not looking for a conversation, short answers that don't add anything to the conversation, even literally looking at my phone or something else and not the person talking to me. Terrible when talking to people who are interested in us or if we're interested in them. The lack of socializing. I want to get a girlfriend or make friends, but I'm too afraid and introverted. I'm fine with people I know, ironically. Making friends. As old relationships start drifting, new ones don't develop and you're left lonely. At times you do want to go out, there is nobody left there for you. People thinking I'm not having fun at a party just because I don't raise my voice unlike them. Like, PLS, don't get me wrong, I'm literally having the time of my life just watching everyone be so happy and laughing along with their jokes. I had my dad literally say, "You're just jealous that your sister is having fun and you're not," when I joked about her turning into a completely different person when drunk. Come on. For me, the worst part has been watching my only 3 friends grow up, find partners, have kids and just generally build fulfilling lives, while no longer having time for me. It's knowing that I'll never achieve the same success in life because my personality isn't desirable. Corporate America pretty much only promotes extroverts. Feeling like years are passing through so fast without accomplishing anything important, yet you can't bring yourself to change that. Ending up not having friends. It's sad, but it's so true. It's to the point where if you find a meme that's really funny, you have no one to even send it to because you have no close relationships with anyone. How much energy and concentration it takes to converse with groups of people. Spreading your introvert energy by not participating in activities suggested by your GFBF, spouse or family members. It eventually spoils their mood as well, and then we feel guilty for being ourselves. Old dude and fellow introvert here. When you get older, no one wants to talk to you. That works for me because I never enjoyed being grilled by extroverts and having people wonder why I was so quiet. I'm a full-time artist and other people are just a nuisance when it comes to creating my work. I love being an introvert. People thinking you're a coward, or being selfish, or require fixing. The lack of self-esteem, barely any friends and constant bullying. Wanting to be more extroverted and social, but it's just so draining. Being 41 and single. For years I've worked as phone jockey. My job is to talk to people on the phone. It's draining. By the time I get off work and commuted home, I wanted nothing to do with people. The irony is I'm great at this job, like people hear me and gush kind of great. So all those situations other people meet people, I'm basically head down hoping no one wants to talk to me. People think that if they become introverts they will get attention and care from others because they are staying away from everyone. That's what is shown on the internet. The truth is you will live the rest of your life forgotten. You love just a little number of stuff. And the worst that you have to wear the mask of, "I am fine," so people don't try to talk to you about it. Having to keep up a friendship without being able to start a conversation, and with the fear of that you might be annoying that person by talking to them or looking desperate. Being absolutely miserable but not having the confidence to speak up, so staying silent when I'm hurting. I'm so introverted I'm shy around my own family, friends, lovers. Not the worst part, but some people think I'm weird for liking the winter season and rainy days. You don't have the right people when you need help. I want to go tanning. I am paper white and need sunlight. My creepy fuck neighbors look over my fence at me when I'm in my yard, so I don't. I want to go off on my pharmacy because they consistently fail to fill my prescriptions on time for me, no matter how far in advance I call for them. It's always after I call again 3 days after I've run out, wondering what happened to my meds, and they get it filled in an hour. What if that was medicine I couldn't fucking live without? I want to talk to pretty girls without being afraid. I don't date anymore and I wouldn't be flirting with them. But girls used to bully me and I've been in some shitty relationships, so attractive girls are beyond intimidating. If they talk to me I shut down, I can't speak, I can't look at them, I can't breathe. I want to exist without people telling me to speak up more, to be more social, to get out and do things. None of that sounds appealing to me. I have nothing to say to you. Maybe you should better learn to be fucking quiet for once and mind your business. I'm in this weird state lately where I'm feeling extra lonely when I'm by myself, but when I do get out, all I want to do is go back to being alone. My brain always thinks the grass is greener on the other side. Being accused of being lonely. I am not lonely. I like walking around the house naked and only making food I like to eat. I like spending half the day lost in a book while my tea gets cold. I like the silence, and I absolutely love having a king-size bed to myself. I am not lonely, I've gotten a taste of heaven on earth. You can't defend yourself. At least I can't. I get offended by some fake friends quite often. And I can't do anything about it. If I try to talk back, defend myself, it'll look stupid. I'll say the wrong words which will lead to them laughing even more. Since you can't defend yourself, you will have to live with the fact that the only people you know more than strangers think that you are an antisocial, slow freak and a complete degenerate. I'm supposed to talk to somebody. Fuck that, I'll make a fool out of myself. Better to hold the pain in and take it out on a pillow or something. Waiting for an extrovert to pick you as their person to be social with. Living in a society that values extroversion and treats introversion as a problem that must be corrected. Introversion and extroversion are neither good or bad, they are equal. They're just different ways of being. However, our society only sees the strengths in extroversion and the flaws in introversion. People getting annoyed, even angry, when they realize it's going to take time to become friends. For some reason, not being someone's best friend instantly is horribly offensive and means you hate them. Attracting people when you are just wanting to do your own thing. Sucking at interviews and not getting the job because your people skills and talking skills are negligible, generalizing OFC. Wanting to speak to other people, to meet new people, to become friends with them, but not knowing how to begin a conversation. People thinking you're snobby or uptight but really you just like your personal space and being in quiet settings. The boomer generation equals introverts with useless lazy people. While introverts are 200% more efficient, creative, goal-oriented, reliable, loyal, educated, and capable, boomers are looking for alpha male leaders who destroy business with incompetence. And then they pick the next alpha male. They'll never learn to see the value of introverts. That's the saddest part. Being judged instantly by the extroverted people because you interact socially differently. At first I was super annoyed by that, but at the end I realized it's better to be introvert than extrovert in my opinion. People assuming you're unhappy and insisting on trying to change you like it or not. Fuck off. Eventually realizing you still need human interaction and pitifully playing catch-up with your relationships for years to come. People saying they don't feel good around you, that your presence is a source of stress or uneasiness for them, just because you're not talking much or launching a joke every now and then. Worked at a bakery for a week and the owner told me something along those lines. In retrospect, it was really a prick's behavior. Having a harder time meeting and staying in touch with people, being alone, being a homebody much of the time. Don't get me wrong, it has its upsides too, but the downsides can be depressing. I was a very withdrawn kid when I was younger and that part of me lingers on to some extent. That's just the direction my life went due to uncontrollable circumstances. I've definitely come out of my shell, but that will always be a part of me. Knowing that everyone is having fun but your brain is too exhausted to talk and you wish so bad that you weren't out of social energy. The stereotypes, the serial killer, loner, etc. Missing out on cool things just because you're afraid or too scared or anxious, or even if there's just too many people, even if you really wanted to do it. You lose out on opportunities because America, where I live, is an extrovert's world. If you're not gung-ho and outgoing, you fail to get good stuff, even if you have better skill than the louder individual. I do want to socialize but I always tend to run out of things to say even at the start of a conversation. Maybe it's social anxiety. The fact that people assume you are shy or quiet but don't know the side of you that comes out when you are comfortable. The constant yearning to want to go out but not like people weary. NGL I feel like you struggle socially a lot more. The few times I want to be social, but am too scared to do so. People getting less and less enthusiastic every time they talk to you because you don't talk to them often enough. Thanks for watching the video. Don't forget to leave a comment and a like so I can keep bringing more Reddit content.